Okay, boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this evening. We have an amazing couple with us tonight that's going to give us some incredible information as well as inspiration. And that is none other than our two great guests, brother Jeffrey and sister Stephanie Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, family.
Walaikum salam, brother Joshua.
Thank you all very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on the People's Podcast.
Thank you for inviting
Thank you too, brother.
Yes, sir. Now, while we get started, the first question that we all want to know, sir, we'll start with you, brother Jeffrey, is who initiated the first move to let the other person know that you were interested?
Brother, timing is everything. In life is that you would be doing your own thing and your other spouse be doing her own thing, then it comes together in time. And so it ain't so much who was more interested. It just looked like it just came on time. So,
it was a group effort. I think our lives put us together because we were we have a group of people, a group of friends that we skate with, and that created it opened up the window. We ended up on an accidental. It really wasn't even a date for us. It was like a double date, triple date, whatever. So we ended up just coming there to be fillers, and then we ended up on a date, not really wanting to be on a date or trying anyway.
Okay, yes, sir. Perfect. Now, and thank people for showing you all love already and clapping and fire emojis, all that good stuff. So thank you all for sending positive energy to our guests. My next question was for you, Sister Stephanie. How did you know that Brother Jeffrey was in fact the one?
I'm a poet. I wrote a poem back in March, and I wrote a poem like months before all of this happened. We have been crossing paths for many years. We just never brought us together. I guess it wasn't time. I guess, and I wrote a poem, and on the real first date, he actually was quoting words from my poem that I didn't quite understand. That I was getting, these downloads from Allah, like, I didn't even understand what I was saying, and he was saying those words to me, and it all was flooding at that moment of him talking. It flooded back to me what the things that I wrote. So I knew who he was that day.
Beautiful, all praises. So that's what I like to hear. Yes, ma'am. And for you, sir, Brother Jeffrey, how did you know that Sister Stephanie was the one?
You know what, Brother Josh? Us, man, we go through some channels. And a lot of times it's like a merry-go-round. It's, Allah be working with you. We be kind of wrestling with our own self. And by the time you realize you're letting some valuable time go by, then you come to a stuff like, man, brother, what you doing? You wasting time. You ain't getting no younger. You know good where you need to be married, brother, and move forward so you really can prosper in life. And so, brother, a lot of times you had to talk to yourself. And I wasn't listening. And I finally said, okay, let me listen to myself, man. And I realized, brother, it was time. And I was like, brother, let's make it happen so we can move forward on this.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Now, for you, Sister Stephanie, what has been one of your favorite dates that you've been on with Brother Jeffrey?
Favorite dates?
Yes, ma'am.
I think our first date was pretty special.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to know where we went?
Yes, ma'am. I'm about to say, let us know.
All right, so our first date was actually, he had been bragging about all this great water that he was getting from this spring, and he had told our friends that he was gonna take us, and we were going one day, and it didn't happen. So I was like, "When are you taking me to go to this water? When are we going to this water? I want this fresh spring water that you've been talking about." So we took a trip, and that trip led to us going to get water, which led to him cooking me dinner. And that was pretty special. And he asked me, he was like, he didn't want it to end. So he was like, hey, he said, do you mind if I cook you dinner? And I'm like, what? Okay.
Okay, excellent. All right. So, Brother Jeffrey, you the man in the kitchen. How did you learn how to cook, sir?
Brother, you already know that, Brother Josh. You know, when you want to win a woman, you know, like the minister said that, you know, you got to win a woman. You just don't come with, come with a little rap game, a little rap line. You sometimes we try to play these sisters like they stupid. They ain't stupid, you know. You got to do a little more than the rap game like we do back in the street. I got a little rap game on, but no, brother, you got to do everything that you have in you, man, to really win the woman, so she really can love you for you.
Yeah, but he didn't know. He didn't know that cooking was a thing for me. And
Okay.
my father cooks for me. And that's special to me. And to see, a man making the initiative, even though like he was not, like he kept saying, I'm not a real cook. You'll be the first person that ate my food other than my father. And I thought that was super special. And I'm sentimental too. So then that just made it even, that whole thing just really, really made it special. It made it special.
Okay. Okay. Now, for someone like me, that wouldn't be a go-to move for me because the sister may never talk to me again if she takes my scrambled eggs or something. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm only doing breakfast food. I'm only doing breakfast food. So, Brother Jeffrey, what did you make, sir?
Brother, I made my specialty because I was only eating two meats. I was eating chicken and I was eating fish every other day. So I was eating halal chicken and fish. So it's not hard. A lot of times for us, man, it's not hard to, make a lot of choices. A lot of stuff we want to make things narrow. We can come in from working, make it fast and over with. So I had I made some chicken, so halal chicken. So I made some
Okra.
I made some okra and some black rice.
Rice.
And so and a little special little drink or something I had.
You did blend. You did some kind of juice, and then he also made his your squash, the souffle.
Or a squash souffle. You always
Okay.
gonna
Okay.
you gonna learn something in the nation that you like, let me try this and make it happen. And man, so Brother Johnson, when she ate it, I looked at her because I was nervous. The man like, well, ain't nobody never had my food. I never been a cook. And man, when she said, boy, I said, ooh, I won. So, brother, that was awesome.
Beautiful, beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Walaikum salam, Sister Miriam. And thank you to everyone who's watching all around the world and continues to show love to our guests. Now, for you, Sister Stephanie, how was his proposal?
It was more like like I told you, that first date, he was saying the poem to me. And then I think later on, a couple of times we had dinner. He he was just talking to me, he was telling me, what was going on in his life at that moment. And it was more so not necessarily him asking me to marry, like, would you, get on your knees and say, would you marry me? It was more like we both, it's like at that time we knew what was happening. So it was more like us just preparing and making sure that we were laying things on the table. So he was like laying stuff on, like, let's lay all the cards on the table. That's pretty much what it was. And then he's like, we were talking as if it was happening anyway. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but the conversation was as if it was happening. Like, this is an engagement and this is what's happening. And
Okay.
and
Take
then
charge of
and
your
then
post,
he
Brother Jeffrey.
yeah, then he came back and said, how do you
Excellent.
feel about that?
Now, Brother Jeffrey,
Yeah.
that's motivation. Go ahead, sir. I wanted to ask you, were you nervous about introducing Sister Stephanie to your family?
No, brother, you kind of get up on your age and being back in the day when you were young and you had different girlfriends and stuff. You only kind of brought a special woman to your mom. You know, you know how that when you're young and you in before I got in the nation and all that. So you want to bring the nicest one that look like she she worth to meet your
Yes,
mom
sir.
and all of that. And, so just, I was happy just to know that I done set aside a lot of foolishness and know that it wasn't so much to present her, but it was more to present me with her.
Okay, Jeffrey, okay. Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. And
Oh,
people are
great.
bearing witness and sending love, saying real love, excellent. That's right. Take charge. Beautiful. All of that positive stuff. Now, for you, Sister Stephanie, were you nervous about introducing Brother Jeffrey to your family?
Some of them, because I think I was because everybody's super overprotective of me. From my friends to my children, everybody's super overprotective. So they are. So I knew some of them were going to be very like, "Who this?" you know, who is this guy? Who's this guy? And everybody's not as trusting, as me. For me, I was open at that time, and so yeah, I was a little nervous. But
Mm.
I believe everybody can attest to receiving him and being being on board with who he is as a person and him in my life.
Go ahead. Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Excellent. We have a brief 60-second commercial break for all of the sponsors of the People's Podcast, and we're coming right back to our guests. We're grateful for every like, share, subscription. Please let us know what city you all are watching from, and we're coming right back to Brother Jeffrey and Sister Stephanie. Thank you all for your comments and questions. And thank you to our panelists. 1 second. Street Premier Media Production. He has a 4K camera and a drone. He does television and film editing. Please reach out if you need any of that. Sister Naima, Stay On Point Dance Academy. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country. Sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me children's book and coloring book. My father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ. My two books, Cleopatra, which is a children's book, and No Father, No Excuse, both of which are available on Amazon. Wonderful. As well as S Enterprise, Barber and Beauty Products. It is a plant-based brush wave company. Their website is kosherwave.com, 770-997-6000. That's kosherwave.com, 770-997-6000. Please reach out to Brother Jeffrey, Sirsi Muhammad, Sister Stephanie Lazan Muhammad, our wonderful couple that we have on today. All right back to them. Thank you all very much. Now, Brother Jeffrey, we'll start with you, sir. You told me that you were planning on moving to Africa. How did that come about?
Brother, one thing, we all have a mission. And Master Muhammad spoke to me because he knew I was a product developer. Allah know what you are. You would grow into it. I was a barber. I started cutting hair in 1989. And from there, brother, I've been cutting hair many years. And from there, in 1995, I've been in my very first product. And I forgot to bring it here, but I have my other product, but I wanted to show the very first product I made. And the product was called the cord detanglers. And you put it on your clipper cords, and it keeps the cord from twisting and tangling up. And so what ended up happening is that over the years, I started developing other products. And that came from just, hit and miss and making things much easier for you as a barber. Like anything that product developer make, like Black folks have been and everything, to make things a little more simple and not complicated. And so in that, brother, that over the years when I invented things, we did very well with it, going to different shows all around the United States. And so once we got popular, our product got very popular, to where it got so popular to where the Asian or the Koreans started copying the product. And that really hurt my feeling, brother, to go into these supply stores and see your product in there with their name on it. And so just past Savings Day, brother, was the first time that Master Muhammad really spoke to me personally. Because I always have been bringing my product to Savings Day, my plant-based hairbrush, wave brushes, and my belt buckles with Allah Akbar and start crescent on them. And so this past February, he said, brother, bring all your stuff there. He said, let the believers know what you do and what you really make. Because all I just brought the plant-based brush and the belt buckles. So after that, brother, I showed all of the products that I made, and I'm gonna show it to you as well. But I want to answer your question about Africa, because everybody go to Africa for the resource, and then they come back and brand stuff. And so my whole thing is to connect with the African, which I spoke to, the connection with them over there, to be able to make things from the resource and make it from scratch. And so you can bypass a lot of other companies or the Asian, because what they do, they don't do it but make copies of your product and sell it. So my whole thing is that if I start from the resource that's in Africa and make our products, then we can beat the Asian, because we're going to be giving credit to Africa. The product going to be come from Africa, and we're going to be bridging the gap, like the old logo of Muhammad Speak, that we're reaching over to Africa and Africa reaching
Yes,
over.
sir.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing that I want to do is bridge the gap and make products for us, by us, and sold by us.
Go ahead and teach, Brother Jeffrey. Praise be to Allah. Motivation. Welcome salam, Sister Naima. Brother, welcome salam, Brother Nelson Ramos. Thank you, everyone who's showing love from all around the world. Yes, yes, sir. And for you, Sister Stephanie, what is it like being married to such an inventor and an entrepreneur?
It's great because now I'm with someone who's like-minded. I, told Jeff, like we can do a lot of things together because we have similar minds. And with him being a creator and me being a business person, like I know the business, I know the numbers, and he has the brain for the creativity, and it just works. It works well, and we're going to be able to do a lot of things with that. So that I appreciate Allah for that, because he really is he always calls me his gift, but he is really a gift to me.
Brother Jeffrey, you setting the standard high now. You got all the brothers out here. We got to be a gift to our wives. We got to be a gift to our wives.
I tell the young brothers in the nation, I said, brother, don't start small, start high, and then never don't go down. Start high, don't go down. So
yes,
because one thing about the sister, go where they're challenging, and they'll make sure, hold up, brother, you got to continue what you started. So I got a little age on me, so I know not to be playing around this time. So I know to go high and stay at that point.
Beautiful. Go ahead, Brother Jeffrey. Now, Brother Jeffrey, speaking of advice, what advice would you give to future husbands?
One thing, brother, is first that I learned, me personally, is to be true to yourself and learn to be honest. Because if you learn to be true to yourself and be honest, then you'll never have to worry about getting caught up in your lies. Because for one thing about sisters, they ain't stupid. As much as we try to act like they are, they're not stupid. Because they record everything you say. As much as you think they don't, they do. And so I just tell the young brothers is that don't want a wife. Don't want a wife, because most of the time, I think we want a wife to pick up the slack that we don't want to do. No. First of all, she's a human being, and she has her own mind. She's not a robot. And so if you be true to yourself, then she can see the honesty in you. And she'll never have to worry about to look at you that side eye. Because when we got that side eye, like Esther on Sanford and Son, you know you're in trouble.
Yes, sir.
So I just tell brother, man, be honest to yourself. And I promise that, you will find a wife, because sisters are looking for an honest man. They looking for an honest man because they come all the way in. Brother, we be half stepping. But if you come in, if you come in and she coming in for, then you really can move forward.
Powerful. Yes, sir. You teach it, Brother Jeffrey. And for you, Sister Stephanie, what advice would you give to future mothers?
Ooh. Future mothers? Um, I would say that give yourself some grace. Every child is different, and motherhood doesn't come with a manual at all. And we're all learning and we're all growing. And no matter how it looks on the outside, where sometimes we look at other mothers and we think, oh, she has it together, or she, and we sometimes can compare ourselves to other people. We shouldn't, because we don't know what it took to get there. We don't know what they've been through. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors, because things look one way, but they're not always what they seem. And so just give yourself grace, be patient with yourself, and then also make sure you have time for yourself, because if you are not feeding yourself, if we're not, one thing about our cup, if you have to act like you can't give people from the main water in the cup, right? That water that's in the cup is for you, but what overflows is what's for everybody else. So you have to make sure that we're not giving from our source, but we're giving from our overflow. And in order to do that, we have to make sure that our cup is always full for ourselves. So don't forget that. Don't forget to love yourself first, so that you can have the strength to love your husband, so that you do have the strength to love your children, so that you have the strength to be the pillar that you're called to be.
Okay. All right, both of y'all teaching. Now, brother Jeffrey and Sister Stephanie, are you all planning on going into the ministry?
Brother, Don Mills Farrakhan said we all should be doing that. A lot of us be picking and choosing. I don't know, but because we have to teach our people. Ministry and teaching is working with them the same. And so we just have to be the example. One thing, Brother Josh, if you be the example, because I'm asked all the time, say, brother, you a preacher? I say, yeah. Because the thing about it, you want to let people know, for whatever they think of you because you're different. Yes, say you are. You say you are because you are. People want to see some good in Black people, man. And so, yeah, you don't want to say, no, I ain't, because you kind of, probably like, huh? So just be honest and say, yeah, I'm minister, I'm all of that. I'm a Christian, Muslim, like minister, because I'm all of that. I don't wear no different hats, I'm all one.
Life is ministry.
Yeah, boy, what you talking about?
Life is a ministry in itself.
It's a fact. All right, now for you, Brother Jeffrey, if you could choose a song that represents, like, your relationship, your marriage, what song comes to mind?
Brother John, don't answer a question. I've seen all those posts behind your back, and man, I can't come out the dome.
Okay, yes, sir. Okay, what about you, Sister Stephanie? Do you have a song that you are like your favorite slow song or song y'all listen to when you are on a road trip or something?
I don't know, but we do have the same taste in music.
We do.
And we most definitely old school hip hop. Like
okay.
But I don't think that there's like a one song.
Mm-hmm.
But
words kind of it'd be words that fits the point.
I don't think there's a song for us. I think that we are many songs.
Okay, but what type of music do you enjoy listening to, Brother Jeffrey?
Brother Josh, we old school hip hop.
So old school hip hop, okay. So like LL Cool J hip hop.
Yeah, all that. I grew with hip hop, but I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna give props to Common and P-Rock. That's the best. Okay. That's the best album out so far. Me and Stephen went to go see them last month, and I didn't know they had a new song out. Man, that album is so incredible. It really moved me just to how P-Rock put it together, man. And
yes,
Common, his voice is just so magnificent, man. So that's what I'm rocking to right now. I've been rocking to it for about a month and a half, and I listen to it every single day. And so, yeah.
You can't go wrong with P-Rock, and you can't go wrong with Common. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And, wonderful. And Sister Stephanie, what type of dates do you go on together to keep everything fresh? Like, y'all love, like, what are the things y'all do when y'all not handling business together?
We do everything. We like to travel. for
Okay,
sure.
travel.
We love roller skating. And
Okay, skate.
when we
Okay.
travel, we like to skate where we go. So yeah, that's kind of our thing. Skating is our thing for sure.
Brother Jeffrey, I didn't know you was a skater. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Brother Jeffrey. Yes, sir.
Brother Josh, I'm born and raised in Atlanta. I'm a graded baby.
Okay,
And
okay.
I've been skating since 1978.
Mm.
And man, yeah, and I watch a lot of people grow up into skating. You know, I've seen from road bounce, I've seen the ATL. You know, I play and I do a lot of things. You know, I watch a lot of things grow up. You know, like I said, we travel even with Savings Day. When when Detroit, I got you. I said, you know, the same day was over. We stayed to Sunday night. And I went skating. You know, so when I'm in Chicago, I go skating. So my skate's gonna be in my bag. After Savings Day over, I'm going skating. And so we love that. We just like to travel and put your skates on somebody's floor like you touching being on the moon or something like the first man on the moon. Like, man, they skate real good in Detroit. They skate real good and you know in
Yes,
Denver.
sir.
So yes.
Excellent. And Brother Jeffrey, we're in synchronicity. We're in tune. Savior's Day in Detroit. That Friday night, I went skating right across the street from the host hotel, but I went ice skating
Oh, okay.
outside. It was
Oh,
super cold. It was the
Yeah.
coldest I'd ever been. The coldest I'd ever been. And I went around like 3, 4, 5 times, got my picture. I said, "Hey, take this picture real quick." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I,
Boy, the ice skate, they have that. They have that ice
you
skate.
gotta wear layers. See, I'm from Wisconsin. You gotta wear layers when you go ice
okay,
skating.
okay. Now Wisconsin. Shout out to Wisconsin Dells. Have y'all visited there?
Yeah, I've been there. Well, he hasn't.
I haven't been to
Okay.
Wisconsin, and that was Stephanie from. I got to make it up there. Me and Wintertime don't get along, so it seems like when Savings Day come, Allah always, you know, He always let it be a little warm.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
so
sir.
I know we got to make it up there, man. Ooh, I need to go now because I
Yes,
don't.
sir.
It's gonna be too
I
late.
told them we better go now before it gets cold, because baby, the cold is already in full effect.
Absolutely. Now, Brother Jeffrey, I put you on and I expect you all to please, help the guests who are watching give some good travel ideas. But Wisconsin Dells in the summertime, Noah's Ark, Paul Bunyan's, they got the duck, they got the indoor water park, go
Mhm.
kart. Wisconsin Dells is that was one of our go-to places that my family would go to
Oh
in the
wow,
summer.
wow.
And I'm telling you, it's an
Okay,
experience you never.
That's
I've
awesome.
okay.
never seen. I've never seen the go karting like that in my life, where they got double dips and.
Oh
I mean,
wow.
I'm like Wisconsin. You would never know. Like I'm like, all right, Wisconsin, okay. But yes, sir. And people are watching and showing you all love all around the country. Once again, on the business side, Brother Jeffrey and Sister Stephanie, can people reach out to you all to get your products, to get advice about business?
Absolutely, absolutely. We're actually working on a consulting portion of our business so that we can help other, especially barbers, because and just people in general who get paid cash, like they don't know necessarily how to handle their money, and they're not really versed in that, and how to set them up for retirement, because that's a thing that most people who get paid cash, they don't have the 401ks, they don't have the IRAs, they don't have those things set up. So we really want to be able to teach people how to do that. And not only that is with the products and everything, going through manufacturers, knowing how to create, if you're creating your own products, most definitely, please reach out to us, because we want to be able to help people and teach them how to go about it and avoid all the bumps and things that
Yeah,
he experienced along the way.
I experienced a lot from the patent office to the agent that own the supply store don't care about the patent office, and you be waiting 2 and 3 years to get patent pended, and the agent already made their money. So, I had to go through the bumps, to really get to this point. And yeah, so I have a lot of share that a lot of people don't have to go through. And so we have international friends all over, like like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, make friends all walks of life, and truly we have done that.
Praise Jesus a lot. That was the last question, but I got to follow up. What advice do you give to people who have cash businesses on a retirement plan? I never thought about that until you just said that.
Well, for one thing, you most definitely don't need to spend every time you make money. Like a lot of people are spending their money as they're making it. They're paying their bills along the way. They need to actually you set your. I heard somebody say this, and I'm gonna piggyback off of them. I can't remember who said it, but they said you set your business up like Walmart from the beginning. And then, you know what I'm saying, you pay yourself out, you pay yourself a salary, you're putting your money in your account. Make sure that your personal funds and your business funds are not commingling together and all that. So those are some of the most important things. Set yourself up like Walmart and don't commingle your funds and pay yourself out like an employee.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And man, Brother Jeffrey, I got to put you on the hot seat. Can you all come back after you go to Africa and make the business moves and everything? Can you all come back for part two so we can get a follow up? What was it like being in the motherland? How is that? People from the OGs of comedy, Richard Pryor, he was the first person I heard who spoke about how when he went to Africa, his mind was blown and he changed him. It was like it changed him forever. But then since then, Michael Jackson, all these comedians, different actors, entertainers, something about people who go to Africa, they come back a different person. It's something about the motherland and seeing the fresh air, the ancestors. Something goes on. It's a spiritual. Something goes on when you go to Africa. So can you all please come back and let us know once you what transpires at the motherland?
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Praise be to Allah. We look forward to it. But this is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off on the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum, family.
Well, salam. Thank you to brother Josh. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
all. Can't wait to upload to YouTube, and thank you all for watching.